Good morning, Internet. I'm Tango, and these are Tango's Takes. And the take for today, January 18th, 2021, know your holidays. Now, I don't mean know when they are. I mean know something about them. Know why you're celebrating them. Understand what caused them to become a holiday. And this doesn't necessarily apply to religious holidays such as Easter, Ramadan, and Hanukkah, but to things like Boxing Day, which I still don't have a clear understanding of. Or here in the US, we have today, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We have President's Day, Arbor Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, Columbus Day, and so on. And in some places within the US, some states, some regions, some areas like Utah have their own separate holidays such as Pioneer Day. It's important to understand why these are holidays that we celebrate and why they were recognized for that efforts. Things like Memorial Day and Veterans Day get a lot of push for what they are because they're recognizing people who served and who died. Labor Day has lost a bit of its meaning over time, and I'd honestly have to look up a bit more about it myself. But I know that it has to do with the efforts to make a 40-hour work week a thing and overtime a thing and labor laws that I think could use some review and some updates. Martin Luther King Day is celebrated in recognition of the birthday of a man who helped drive the civil rights movement and was, as far as a lot of people can tell, killed by the U.S. government because he threatened to upset the balance of power. I think a holiday's a poor compensation for that, but I think we can use the holiday to continue his work, continue his efforts, and move forward to bringing his dream into reality. But then you've got days like Columbus Day, and most Americans will tell you we celebrate something related to Columbus about him discovering America. Oh God, that's a loaded thing. One, Columbus was not the first explorer from the greater European era to find the American continents. That goes back to a Viking. I want to say it was Leif Erikson, but I don't actually remember. You'd never know. I took advanced history classes and government classes in high school. So I took them because I could, not because I particularly was a huge fan of that. But I do believe in doing your best to learn from history as to not repeat it. And yet here we are in the second pandemic every 100 years. Here we are in the U.S. looking like we're going to have a repeat of Hitler's rise to power and hopefully aborting it. Columbus, it turns out, was not a good person. There are a lot of crimes associated not just with his crew, but him in general. And they are crimes such up to and including things like rape and murder. He doesn't, in my opinion, deserve to be celebrated, which is why later this year I'll do a take on what many places are starting to institute in place of it, which much like Martin Luther King Day is a step in the right direction and hopefully helps bring more awareness to the plight of indigenous peoples. But from that alone, from the history of other holidays alone, you get why it's important to know your holidays. They're not just days off from work to cook out and hang out with friends when there's not a pandemic going on. They're holidays for a reason. And if you know those reasons, you can share that knowledge. If you understand those reasons, you can teach others. And together, by understanding why we celebrate, when we celebrate, we can build a better world. Until next time, you all take care and stay healthy out there.